Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Masters of the Universe Tuesday. I, as always, am your heroic host, the Digital Caveman. And today, I will be presenting you with Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revelation Battlecat. And I bumped the camera just for you guys who love that kind of thing. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or help the channel out further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. And as we usually do here on Digital Caveman Present, let's take a look at the packaging. And I'm going to get my handy dandy tweezers as pointers because I have to put this so far away from the camera. 30 points of articulation and a barcode. Masterverse on the top and the scrolly, cracky stuff going on there. Nice big window showing off Battlecat 6 and up. Netflix original series. He's a deluxe release. Masters of the Universe Revelation Battlecat. Now let's see. Battlecat fighting tiger. Let's see on the other side. Some nice Battlecat artwork there. Wow, that looks amazing. Some pterodactyl-like things and some moons, and looks like he's over on the dark side of Eternia. And he's just pissed off. On the back side, nice artwork depicting Castle Grayskull and power coming out, and He-Man and Battlecat, and oh! Remove mask for Cringer. Just the mask? You only have to remove the mask to make Cringer? What? That's wrong. You have to pull the saddle off, too. Also available, Skelegod, He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn. Also available. Mattel, empowering the next generation through play and some recycled stuff. And I didn't look at the bottom, but we all know what's there. And I'm going to show it upside down. Small print, fine print, legalese print. Made in Vietnam print. MattelShop.com print, a question mark, and a barcode. And now let's finish up with the back. See what it says about him. Battlecat fighting tiger. The cowardly green and yellow talking tiger Cringer wishes for nothing more than to peacefully relax by Prince Adam's side. But when Adam raises his power sword and summons the power of Grayskull, Cringer sheds his whimpering nature and transforms into the mighty Battlecat, ferocious fighting steed and loyal best friend of the mighty He-Man. All right, my friends, that does it for a look at the packaging. And now let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. Now, first of all, this dude is huge. This, I think, is the biggest version of Battlecat ever made. And we'll just take a look at him with the armor on. We'll take the armor off to show Cringer and the articulation. But look at that. The eyes are painted onto the helmet, so that's pretty cool. All kinds of teeth in there. And the saddle, it looks kind of funky. And it doesn't really stay all that tight on there, so you have to fiddle with it some. But there's a look at the figure with the armor on. To take the armor off for the helmet, you just kind of slide it off, and you can see on the inside here it's got points to hold it in place. These clip behind the ears. This holds it on top of the head, the nose, and all that. So that's pretty cool. And it does stay in place pretty well. And as far as the saddle goes, it straps just like it normally is. This time he has two. And it just unstraps and pulls off. And then once you have that, this is supposed to be like the biggest Cringer ever. Cringer was never this big in my memory. He was always much smaller than Battlecat. But this way, you know, you kind of get both for one. And, you know, it's the same as the classic. Well, I'm not talking about the Origins line, but the actual vintage line. You know, you used to pull the saddle and helmet off to make Cringer out of Battlecat then too. So you can see he should only have one tooth sticking out there, but you know, and to make it so the jaw is articulated. And I mean, look at this paintwork. I'm sure it's molded in the green and then the stripes are painted on, or maybe they're tampoed on. As you can see, there's a little bit of scuffing right here from the helmet where it actually sits on the head. But yes, the jaw moves, the head, he can do the full exorcist. Look at that. And because it's on a ball joint, you know, you got all kinds of movement going on there. And then you have this neck joint, which will move up and down and a little bit side to side, but I don't think it's really supposed to. Most of the side and side movement comes from that ball joint at the base of the skull. For his front legs, his feet can go down, they can go up. They have a forward-facing pin for rocker. They have rotation at this elbow joint. Has a hinge at the elbow joint, and it'll go up that far, and it'll straighten out that far. Up here, I think this is on a ball joint too, because you got some waggle in there, and it will go that high, and then it'll go back that far. And same thing on the other side. And then you have this first torso articulation here, and it goes side to side. It doesn't go up and down. Well, it goes up a little bit, but not. Most of the articulation is right here in the side to side. And then you have the second bit of articulation, and actually it will rotate there too, all the way around. Forgot to mention that. Then you have the second torso articulation toward the rear, and it's the same, mostly back and forth, and it gets a little bit further up and down than the other one. Then we move on to the back legs, and it's on a ball joint there, so it does move in and out some. At least I think it's a ball joint. Pretty sure it's a ball joint. And the back legs will go around that far backwards, and about, no, and it'll go that far forwards. Then again, we got a 360-degree rotation at this knee, and that joint will go back that far, and it will go forward that far. Then we have this joint here, and I don't know what that's called because I'm not a veterinarian. Ankle 1, I guess. It'll go back that far, and it'll go forward that far. And then we have the regular ankle, and it does have a joint in there, and it will go down that far, which is not much, but because, you know, this really makes up for that. And it goes forward just a little bit too, and it does have a pin. Well, I say it does. Maybe it just has rotation, or no, it's a pin. It just doesn't have much to it, but you know, it really doesn't need it with all this extra articulation here in this hind leg. And finally, we move on to his tail. It'll go up, it'll go down, and it'll go all around. So you can do different things with it. And my friends, that does it for a look at the figure and his accessories. And now, my friends, it's time for comparisons. And first of up, his best bud, Revelation He-Man. Here he is with Revelation Skeletor. Revelation Mossman. Revelation Evelyn. Mattel Creations Revelation Scareglow. Target exclusive Trade Up Faker. Revelation, of course. Not Revolution, Revelation. And here he is with Skelegod. Now let's see how he sizes up with other lines. And from the Marvel Legends series, here is Stan the Man Lee himself. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse Regal variant, Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Bad Batches Elite Squad Trooper. And for some extra 7-inch goodness, the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. That, my friends, completes the comparisons. For final thoughts on the Masterverse Masters of the Universe Revelation Battlecat, this is one big-ass Battlecat. I mean, he's almost as big as a full-grown real house cat. And not quite as heavy. But here, as you can see, He-Man can sit atop Battlecat. It doesn't work too well because of his loincloth. Kind of, jacks him up a little bit off the saddle. So, you kind of have to try and hide it a little bit. But it works okay. But, the last Battlecat I had was the 2000X Battlecat. And it wasn't a bad figure either. But this one just beats the hell out of that one. Size-wise, articulation-wise, it's just, this is Battlecat. And yes, even though you pull the armor off and it's Cringer, and it's a really big Cringer, but, again, they were the same size back in the day with the vintage toys. So, I love this figure. Battlecat is so far my favorite figure out of the Masterverse line. He is awesome and worth every bit of the $40 retail that he costs. So, if you like He-Man and you hadn't been in on the Masterverse stuff, if you only get one Masterverse figure, it should be Battlecat. This head and shoulders above all the rest. And I mean, the articulation-wise, deco-wise, size-wise, I mean, this figure is awesome. And again, if you only get one Masterverse figure, it should be Battlecat. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you liked it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you for supporting this channel through views. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or to help the channel out further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.